adding some character to your 1322 or your 2240. Let's go. The 2240. I've had this pistol for a long time. I had Crosman make it at the custom shop, and it's no stranger to the channel. I swapped out the optics. One of my friends, Nibs, over at Walnut and Steel, I'll leave a link in the video description below. Check him out. Awesome guy. He's always tinkering around with his air guns. Just an awesome shooter and an air gunsmith. Turned me on to this Amoki, and I hope I'm saying it right, red dot. But I had an original muzzle brake from Crosman on the 2240, and it was very loud. It wasn't really backyard friendly. So I reached out to the folks at Buckrail, and I told them my dilemma. They said, John, this is what you need to tame it, make it more backyard friendly. Now, we don't have fancy decibel reading meters. I tried that with my iPhone, and it's terrible. So you're going to have to take my word for it if it hushes the noise of this air gun. While I was building this, they also threw some goodies in to where I could make my 1322 a tactical carbine, because they know how much I like my carbines. Hey, I've been shooting my Benjamin P-Rod for years, and now I'm shooting the Brokaw Atomic. Awesome. But this is just affordable alternatives, and they shoot great. And today we're going to be sending some pellets downrange to show you guys that you don't have to dump a lot of money into fancy high-end air guns. You can church up these entry-level guns, and they're great shooters. Without further ado, let's cut away. 2240 is hot, range is hot. We're at 10 meters. Let's rock and roll. Top target. Shooting 6 pellets. Then I'll go with the 1322. This gun is just a pleasure to shoot. The only thing I think I'm going to do next is just some trigger work. It's running at about 2 1/4 pounds right now, and I'd like to get it down to about 1. And there's a lot of creep in it too. It's just a standard trigger that came with it. It's just stamped steel. This has always been a fun air gun to shoot. And that moderator makes it really backyard friendly. All right, let's do the 1322. All right, got the 1322 set up as a carbine and with 10 pumps in the air tube. Let's see how this goes. And for respecting of your time, I'm not going to show you pumping up the air gun. I'm just going to do jump cuts to save you some time. Sounds like I'm being recalled back into the military. They're coming to get me. All right, let's tally the scores. Let's do a quick rundown. Top target was the 2240. Bottom target, the 1322. As expected, I mean, we're looking at offhand versus with a stock, so it's nice and tight against me. Had that C grip on it, kind of like shooting an AR, but just great groups. They're both great platforms to be shooting. Let's start out with the 1322. So let me pick this up so you guys can see here. This folds in, stows away nice. You could fit this in a backpack, no problem at all. I'm looking to put a steel breech on there. That way I can most likely add the same kind of optics as the 2240. Just a nice sleek profile. That way I can get it in and out of backpacks, no problem. But it fit in there really well. I'm going to see if I can focus it so you guys can see. And you have an adapter here. That's a Weaver Picatinny adapter. And then you will put the stock on, and then you just lift it up, rotate, it indexes, it locks in nice and tight. And then you have your stock that will go in and out depending on what your reach is, what your throw. But it works really nice. As for right now, I had to use the barrel mounts. I'm not a big fan of these Crosman barrel mounts, especially with this type of system, because there's nothing really holding the barrel secure. So that's one of the advantages of going over to the metal breech. That way I'm able to attach the optics right to the breech. It stays nice and secure, because if I really bump this hard, it's going to knock it out of zero. But as you can see right now, it's shooting really cool at 10 meters. The only thing I would probably do to this next, other than the breech, is maybe add a 10-inch barrel and then put moderators on. So let's talk about moderators really quick. The 2240, this is one that I had made at the custom shop, and like I said in the intro, this is no stranger to the channel. I've been running this rig now for a very long time. With that, I only had on the front basically an air stripper on the front, and it was loud. You couldn't really shoot a backyard for any length of time. With the buck rail system, they have a mount to add your moderator, and then that just screws on with the standard thread that they all use. And then when you're not using the moderator, you can just put the muzzle cap on, and that way I could fit it in my backpack. Fits nice and neat, it's sleek. That was part of the reason I took the big optic off of this. I could get it into a backpack, take it out in the field. Now they do make a couple different moderators, and one has the profile like I showed you on the 2240, and then the other one is just your standard 90-degree angle. And I'll be putting this on my Akela that has the shrouded barrel. I'm not really worried about it profiling down. It's not that big of an issue. So look for a video where I attach this to the Akela. I'm going to be doing some shooting with it, checking out the groups and such. But like we said, you know, I don't have any sort of gear to check the decibels. I tried it one time with my iPhone and it was just terrible. But I can tell you right off the bat, just my honest opinion is that this really made this air gun backyard friendly. And I'm looking at doing some more mods. And as always, I got to do a little eye candy showcase for you guys and make sure we're still in focus. This is the original that helped start this channel. This is the 2240 Tactical. I'll leave a link in the video description below. Gosh, that video is probably 13 years old at least by now. Still going strong, still holding groups. And maybe one of these nights we'll do a shoot-off between maybe the 1322 and the 2240 Tactical. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see these two duel it out. I'll definitely do that for you guys. My main goal in doing videos like this is to help grow the sport. If it finds something that piques your interest and you deep dive into it, it's a win for our sport and our pastime that we love. And it's pretty much affordable. We're talking a basic model 2240 is about 80 bucks. If you get the 2240 XL, that's about $1.15. It already has all the stuff. All you got to do is get a moderator and maybe do some trigger work. So we're looking at 150 bucks. You're in the game. With a 1322, we're looking at basic, probably about $65, $70 for the basic model. And then you'll have to go to Buck Rail to cost out all this stuff, so it's a la carte. But we're looking at same price range, $150. You're in the game, you're having fun. And as I showed you, 10 meters. I mean, if I was on a bench, we're just drilling one hole after one hole, just stacking the pellets one on top of another. So it's just great fun, folks. I'll leave links to Buck Rail and a link to Amazon. I make no money off any of these links. I just like sharing the knowledge with you guys. And another huge shout out to Nibs from Walnut and Steel channel for turning me on to this nice little optic. It's just a great optic. So with that, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Now get out and use your gear, folks.